yo.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in three, two, 1.
On the troll. On the troll.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we announce that today we have technical difficulties and we won't be going live. And we are sorry for that because I see that only few people are here. Thank you for the likes. Joking, this is a joke. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. They are matching the people that we see here so far. So continue keeping that trend of likes, like the video as you usually do. Those who remember, good for us. Those who forget, we remind them that this is the time where you press those thumbs as you mean it, as if you mean it. Keep the likes coming. We are live. We continue. Aluta continua.
Aluta continua.
So, Emily, today it was again the mostly anticipated witness, and is here. He's here. So the judge getting excited now and then. We cannot not mention the judge, as the judge is part of the proceedings.
Yes.
In anyhow that you can think.
It's hard to ignore him.
It's hard to ignore
He's making it difficult.
his enjoyment of this when it seems to be swaying towards the NPA. So let us just tell you what happened in court. As we do that, please like the video. We also appreciate the gift. We also appreciate the new members that are joining. We appreciate you, and we appreciate subscribers, comments that are coming. We appreciate you because mostly you play your part. Without you, we are nothing. So we see the likes of the last video. I think last time I checked, it was 2.3 ml.
Wow, thank you,
That
guys.
speaks to the point that at night, during this time, in the morning, people, when we are live, they like nobody else. So that the morning gang comes and add on that. Because the morning gangs play a very crucial part in our videos. So please keep on liking the video as usual, as we continue to deliver for you.
Yes, please do. And thank you. Thank you to everyone who participates. It means a lot, okay? And Friday we didn't go live, but there was a request for the AVL reports from Dupree. What did you think about that?
What did I think about that?
The request for him to simulate the coordinates.
It will go as a forgotten thing as usual. In this court, things seems to be let the judge seems to let things slide. Yeah. Same as the dockets that we are still waiting for. It seems as if they are killing that momentum that all that information had. And, the only way to kill it is not to show it to us or to tell us about that information. So, I think we're gonna wait.
Okay.
We're gonna wait, and it's gonna be a long wait. So, just relax there. Just relax.
Well, Sergeant Mogola was today expected to take the stand to testify on the arrest of detention of accused number 1, Moses Bia, and I think she also dabbled into Ntanzi as well, which is accused number 2. Sbia was arrested on the afternoon of the 30th of May 2020, and a few hours later, he allegedly confessed to Meyiwa's murder. Baloyi made a few announcements before court proceedings this morning relating to the supplementary evidence that has been admitted to court. Mr. Dupree, the expert from the car track, has indicated that he has assimilated all the data that will allow him to compile a further report. He indicated that he will be ready to continue with his testimony on Thursday, the 23rd. That's what Baloyi said in the court today, that Mr. Dupree will be available to testify on Thursday. Judging from Mogola's testimony today, I think he will end up not testifying, because you've seen this movie before, like Mr. Anonymous has just said, where maybe he will have other engagements next week. This has kind of happened before, so I don't think he'll be testifying on Thursday, because Mogola is going to go under extensive cross-examination. I'm telling you, after the story she gave today, the defense is waiting. I even saw their faces. I'm like, yeah, they are waiting for this.
Obviously.
They are waiting. I don't know whether you guys saw them faces.
Obvious, it's there for the taking.
Even Muzi was writing today. I was like, they're ready for this. Cross-examination is going to be very interesting. Hopefully it starts tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So he also handed up the list of updated exhibits. This is the state, Baloyi. What's new? Photos that the driver referred to. Captain Nailana, who has not yet testified, is a driver. I don't know who he was driving, for what reason, but it looks like maybe he will come and testify, because one of his exhibits was introduced today in court. More AVL records, an AVL locator printout by Dupree, which were dated the 1st, the 5th, the 16th, and the 18th, and the 19th, and the 20th of June 2020. So the judge asked about the one for the 31st of May, and it's not there. So the logbook of vehicle register of the Toyota Fortuner used by Sergeant Mogani for the 30th of May to the 19th of June 2020. An extract from the SAPS case system regarding the Nongoma case 13610 of 2018 1QB Buthelezi. Now, where's the entire docket? And a court record of the very same Nongoma case 16310 of 2018. Dental records for Mr. Bongani Ntanzi dated the 22nd of June 2020 from Tlhabane Dental Services. So it looks like the dentist was in Rustenburg in Tlhabane, perfectly placed close to the Tlhabane court. They took him to a dentist looking for a gold tooth. Remember, guys, after that they went to check the records at Sibanye Stillwater Mines to see if he had been at work on the 26th of October 2020. So it was after that Rustenburg Stillwater Mines trip that they took him to the dentist. And now they're saying that that was the 22nd of October, and they used the dentist at Tlhabane. How convenient.
Yebo.
So, confidential note of cases being investigated by Sergeant Mogani. This is obviously that file that caused a big hoo-ha in the court, where they accused the accused of looking at that confidential file, and they were not even looking at it. They were looking at a charge sheet. So the judge asked if there had not been yet cross-examination on those confidential notes, and Baloyi said not yet. These confidential notes, the judge gives them a lot of attention, and I wonder why. So Advocate Mshololo requested SAPS. I wish he had the same energy for the dockets. That's just me. I wish he had the same energy that he has with this confidential file that Mogani came with, as much as he had with the dockets. Or he's hoping that that confidential file will be a replacement for the dockets. Advocate Mshololo requested a SAP S3M. This is what Baloyi was saying, a warning statement regarding the interview with the suspect. And Baloyi said that he clarified with Advocate Mshololo that it was not handed in as an exhibit. It's only handed in today. Why do I have a feeling like these documents are being made as the court is that is just a question I'm asking. I'm not saying that is what they're doing, but it's giving, we request this, we make it available now. Is it being made now, or has it been made before and it was sitting somewhere? I don't know. I'm not sure at this point. Anything is possible. I'm sure you guys can see. So the question is, where were these all along? Where was this SAP all along? And was it prepared over the weekend? I'm just asking. So the state called Batobakai Belina Mogola, which is witness number 101 on the list.
Batupele.
101 on the list. Let that sink in. Mogola's name features in the arrest of both accused 1 and 2, as well as various trips conducted by the investigators. Sergeant Mogola was sworn in and she testified in English. To me, she sounded younger than what I thought. I thought Makutla Mam Ruti Mam Fundisi code name. I was thinking, it's a mature woman of a mature age. She sounded young than what I had imagined. And the sound, she sounded like the interpreter who was there when Tanzi was writing the so-called confession with Miss Grunier. And she also sounds like Zandi Kumalo for my liking. In my opinion, her voice and how she spoke, it reminded me of these two people. I wonder what she looks like, but thanks to Baloyi, we will never know and never find out. He's the one who blocked the visuals with the assistance of Lorraine. So Baloyi then said, is it correct that you are a sergeant in the SAPS? And Mogola said, that's correct, my lord. Mogola is a sergeant in the SAPS attached to the cold case investigation unit under Brigadier Kininda. She's been in the service for about 18 years. She joined the SAPS in 2005, did basic training and full training and probation. And in 2007, she completed her training and was appointed as a constable and placed in Katlehong, Ramukunupi Police Station, where she was doing visible policing, which included being placed at the Client Services Center. Now, when I heard Katlehong, I immediately thought, isn't it in the same region as Vosloorus? Isn't it the same?
It's closer, yes.
It's the same region. Ekurhuleni.
Katlehong, yes, it is. It is very close to Vosloo. Either use the sprite side to enter it, or use the, I think Albertine side. Albertine side, yeah.
So Client Services Center as well. I mean, it means that she was a face of the police station. When you walked into the police station, you were encountered by her, which is a very interesting position. And crime prevention, where you go out and attend to the complaints. And in 2013, she was transferred to provincial head office in Gauteng under detective service. She was placed in taxi violence investigation task team. When I heard taxi violence investigation task team, I remember the other police officer. I can't remember which one is it which one was it? It was Mokhani. Was it Mokhani?
Seems as if it was Mokhani.
Yes, taxi violence Ntontonle, and where he said he met Brigadier Kininda, or he worked with Brigadier Kininda in this taxi violence investigation task team. Well, she says in 2014 she was selected. Selected by who is the question I have, to do projects in high-profile cases. Wasn't the murder of Senzo Meyiwa at the time a high-profile case? just a question I'm posing, guys. I'm just asking.
It was.
Then she was transferred to head office to deal with high-profile cases, and they were reporting to the National Commissioner's Office. That's when the cold case investigating unit was established. Laleland, guys, this cold case investigation unit was established in 2018. So all along, we didn't have a cold case investigating unit in the SAPS. Is that what they are telling us, these people?
I guess so.
So in 2018, it just happened to be formulated. And remember, 2018 was the year where there was heat around the murder of Senzo Meyiwa investigations. It is the same year that the Twitter account, Men's Not Berireru, was releasing file upon file upon file upon file and got us interested in this case again. It's the same year. They established a cold case unit. So all along in South Africa, we didn't have a cold case division. Yeah, guys. Ngiyasaba. Its mandate was to investigate the stagnant, complex, unsolved cases, to assist other investigators and other stations and other units to come to the conclusion of investigations on cases. Okay. When she said to other units, when she said to assist investigators at other stations and other units to come to conclusions of investigating on cases, this to me was a red flag. This to me sounded like this cold case unit is even allowed to interfere with people's cases. Fresh cases, not cold ones. To me, it sounded like that. I don't know how to you guys it sounded, but to me it sounded like, oh, girl is literally telling us that they can go to Zanin while a case has freshly been opened and they can say, we want to work on that case. To me, it sounded like that.
Complicated.
And it's a red flag. It's a serious red flag. How are you called cold case division and you are also handling fresh cases at the same time? Cold cases are difficult to solve. They're difficult, near impossible. And you're telling me you still have time to dedicate to fresh cases and to tell other investigators what to do with their cases that are fresh.
Yebo.
It's a red flag. And I can't ignore it. So she knows Sergeant Mohani. She said that she had been working with him from the provincial head office. She's the lead investigator in the matter involving accused number 1, Moses Bia in Tembisa. She says Gininda allocated the matter to her in 2019. So Gininda allocated her a fresh case at the time. It was not a cold case, this Moses Bia in Tembisa case. It was a fresh one.
Yes.
It wasn't a cold case. It wasn't cold at all. It was very fresh.
When was it allocated?
She said it was allocated to her in 2019. So upon receiving the case docket, she conducted the outstanding investigation. So my question is, if that is the case, then how come there's a record of... There's no record per se of the investigation all the way from back in 2014 that she's done, unless if she's going to tell us about it. But so far, this is nothing.
Which one's this one? Because this one obviously deals with 2019, even CAS is 2019.
That's the one she's talking about.
Yes.
Not the Senzo Meyiwa one.
Yes.
Okay, so in December, she took the docket for a decision after she completed the investigation, a case that could not be solved for 4 years. Okay, the Senzo Meyiwa one, or I'm getting confused again.
So, look.
It says in December, she took the docket for a decision after she completed the investigation. So she's still talking about the Moses Bia illegal substances case.
Yes.
So Mogola said, following investigations, a warrant of arrest, the J50, was issued in respect of Sibiya in December of 2019 against Muzi Sibiya, accused number 1. She then tasked the sources in locating him. On the 30th of May 2020, she received a call informing her that the suspect had been sighted around Tembisa. She said she then contacted Constable Buthelezi from the EMPD SWAT unit to assist with the arrest. She says that they have a working relationship, and later she met at the Tembisa Police Station on the 30th of May 2020 with Buthelezi. He was with Constable Sadiki of Ekurhuleni SWAT. SWART. She briefed them and gave them details of the suspect and the suspect that she was looking for. Mogola then said she suggested that they keep a gap between themselves and they would get to the street where they were told accused number 1 was. Mogola said, I drove in front, and as I was driving, I noticed 3 males who were standing on my right-hand side, and 1 male fitted the description of Muzi Sibiya.
Notice the difference. Do you notice it?
Mokhani said that there were 2.
Yes, said there were 2. Until he was corrected by Mngomezulu, saying that were they 2
or 3?
Or 3. And he was saying there were 2.
2.
Yes. Now, look at this corrected version.
Now Mogola is saying there were 3.
Yes. Yebo. Now, that's a corrected version.
The corrected version.
Mm-hmm.
And I also remember the first testimony or the version of accused number 1, where he said that there was a red car that was parked across the street from where he was standing with these 2 gentlemen, and they were looking at them. One of them got off the car to go to the shop, because where they were standing, according to accused number 1, it was some kind of spaza shop or something. And they went and they crossed the street, the person coming from the red car to buy bananas and what? Was it bananas and milk or bananas and water?
Yes, something like that.
Then he went back into their car and gidli, they were now, we, police, go down, hey.
What did they call that force? Force what?
Task force.
The one where they are using force or...
Tactical takedown.
Yeah, tactical takedown.
How can I forget tactical takedown?
Yes, it was tactical takedown.
That is what they were using. After this red car was looking at them at a distance for quite some time. So it seemed like this car belonged to this Mogola. So Mogola said she drove past, and as she looked via the rear view mirror, she saw Buthelezi and Sadiki approaching the suspect. And when she got to them with the J50 in her hand, they were introducing themselves to the suspect. Buthelezi took the J50 from her and showed it to accused number 1 and placed him under arrest, read him his rights. He then informed the accused of his rights, and he said he understood. The accused said he understood. The rights in terms of the Constitution, the right to remain silent, everything he says will be used as evidence against him, legal representative of his choice. If he did not have one, the state could provide the legal representative at the expense of the state, not to admit to anything which would be used as evidence against him. And then he handcuffed accused number 1. She said that he was communicating with him in Zulu. So Buthelezi was communicating with accused number 1 in Zulu.
Yes.
But then introduced herself to accused number 1 and told him that she was an investigating officer of this case, informed him of his Section 35 rights and asked where he stayed. So Muzi's rights were read to him twice for now. They were read to him
many times.
twice.
Many times this time. They are reading the rights.
And they keep saying lawyer. And at any point in time, Muzi doesn't click to him that I need a lawyer. No. But you kept reading him his rights. Then Baloy said, what was the extent of your explanation of his rights to him? And Mogola said, I was asking him where he was staying, so I knew that I cannot just ask him. I wanted him to know that he has a right before he can answer any question. Hey, Momo. Hi. When Nana, ready and prepared. And my question, if they did explain those rights like they claim, how come he did not have a lawyer? Even by the time he made this so-called confession, he still didn't have a lawyer. But you guys were reading him his rights all the time.
No, that meant he chose otherwise. That's what they are trying to say.
There is no way. There's no way after the tactical takedown, he would want to not have a lawyer. Musanukanga ngabantu. And especially if you told him that if he doesn't have one or can't afford one will be provided by the state. Isn't that what you told him?
Look, the issue of dwelling on that is
pointless.
It's pointless.
Well, she said that she communicated with accused number 1 in Zulu. Accused number 1 indicated where he stayed, which was 4 houses away. Notice how these people are arrested in the streets, but somehow end up showing the police their homes and where they live. They can never just be arrested. No. They must show them where they stay.
And in their defense, they say they are doing that for bail.
Which doesn't make sense. Are you a
Last
lawyer?
time I checked, you get arrested and then someone is sent to check address and all those things.
Your
for
lawyer
bail.
to prove that you are not going to be a problem should you get bail. That's the job of your lawyer.
Last
And the
time I
job of the
checked,
state-
even the police would do that. Actually, they would go confirm your residential address.
that
But
you
when
gave
you
them
are
after you
inside-
got arrested.
Yes.
They don't take you, they don't arrest you and then take you with to your home address.
Because-
Just to verify. It's the first time we're hearing it with these ones. Our international audience, this is the first time we're hearing of such. We are also scared. We've never heard of such in South African courts.
Imagine
They
if
are
they catch me in
freestyling.
Johannesburg and I'm from KZN, they have to go to KZN.
They went with accused number 1 to Nongoma.
That that you can
Verify a
justify.
second
Look,
address.
that you can justify. Because accused number 1 was already arrested, and yeah, that would make sense. But to move with him, I don't know why. Or just to show them maybe for directions and what. But all I'm saying is that when you get arrested, they take you straight.
To jail.
Or the hailing.
Yes.
That's it.
They'll verify later. In fact, it will be your job to verify
In
so you
fact,
get bail.
there is even this term ukuthi so khuluma phambili ndoda.
Yes.
Eh,
They tell you that.
They don't ask you a question. They say we will talk there by the police station. After reading your
remember
rights.
there was a point where my brother got arrested and we didn't even know where he was. He came back after a week and said he was arrested.
Quebec.
Well, he said he can and he doesn't have any problem showing them where he lived. He said all of this after being arrested and handcuffed. After the tactical takedown and being handcuffed. He had no problem showing. She said the reason she wanted him to show them where he was staying is because she did not know where he was staying. That information was going to be used for court purposes. This for me is very disturbing, but I will not like to stay on it for too long. Let's move, you guys. Why was it so important to know where he was staying, Mr. Anonymous?
I think we have answered it. As you said, let's not stay on it. It's pointless. As I say, it does not make sense. We're all saying it does not make sense.
Then Baloy said, in which respect will it be used for in court? And Mogola said it was for bail application. So she's Muzi's legal representative now. Yes, she's appointed herself as such. So Mogola said He took us to his place of residence. As we were walking, he was complaining that Buthelezi and Sadiki were not supposed to make him lie down because the trouser he was wearing was very expensive. And Baloyi asked, what type of trouser are those? And Mogola said it was a blue Brentwood. The judge found this funny and asked Mogola if he used to buy the trousers by mail. Mogola said she doesn't know that, and then he said they bought trousers by mail 50 years ago. Who cares? To me, it sounded like he was attempting to make Mogola comfortable because her tone sounded like she was very nervous. Okay, what's the reason of asking her when accused number one is sitting right there in court? Is she the one who bought him the trousers by mail? What was the reason of asking Mogola that question? You guys tell me. I don't know. You know me and my speculations. Well, Baloyi said, what type of residence was it? Why does it matter?
We're gonna question everything, Emil. We have exhausted that part of people wanting to know shacks and whatnot.
Mogola said there was... Also, I feel like there's a stigma to it. Before I pass you guys, I feel like there's a stigma to it. They are saying because they are from the shacks, they are capable of crime. It's a stigma that he's trying to make stick. But however, it also would explain, one would say it would explain why they couldn't get access to lawyers, private lawyers. They couldn't afford them, right? Mogola then said there was an RDP house and about 4 or 5 shacks inside the yard where Sibia had stayed. Constable Buthelezi asked him for the key. She said she could see that Muzi indicated to Buthelezi as to where to get the key. She said he was like this at the back. Mogola then said, I then told Buthelezi to check
There's
for
a
his
difference
form.
that you can pick up. The other one said pointed on the right right pocket. The other one is saying now they use the other one said Muzi used the hands.
The other one said he used his hands.
The other one is
with
saying
handcuffs
use
on,
the
and
head.
we had questions. We could say with handcuffs on, how was that possible? But now
And,
this one is saying he...
And by the way, the difference is also is that the first one said, okay, we are going to your house because you want to change this Brentwood. And you want to wear other stuff. This one is saying, we went there because we were looking for an address.
We
So
wanted to know where
basically,
he lives.
the reasons why they went to that room are just not clear. Could be lies because they're not saying the same thing. So the Brentwood issue now is trying to infuse the theory of a Brentwood and whatnot. But that one was specifically talking about, we remember we even said, there's someone who said, or a caller who said, these guys had to dirty himself. He had to go change.
No, it wasn't. It is accused number 2. Accused number 1 via his lawyer in the court. He said that he messed himself up.
He messed
after
himself
they
up.
tortured
Yes,
him.
after yes, and then they had to go change those pens. And now this one is saying, no, I just wanted to see an address for bail issues. And then the Brentwood issue comes in as a form of, hey, you're complaining you shouldn't have put me down. It is just a messenger. It just doesn't make sense. Right there, you can tell this person is contradicting the Mogale.
Mogale said they went there for what? For him to change his pants. And then Mogola today saying, I wanted the address. I wanted to know where he lives. So which one is it? Hi. Mogola said, I then told Buthelezi to check for his form of identification and his clothing just to prove that he was staying in that shack. I left him there at the doorstep and I went to inquire from other people in the yard. I went back to Buthelezi and Sadiki. Buthelezi then showed me the ammunition which he said they found while they were looking for his ID. It was 9 live ammunition which had not been used, a magazine as well as the cleaning rod. all of which were in a black plastic bag. So she decided to, I guess maybe not decided to, how do I put this, you guys, in a way that will not make it sound like I'm already making a conclusion, eh? Like there's a version where it was said that Muzi was taken to his place of residence, and it was locked. Right? And then they went to where they tortured him. And then he came back after he was messed up, his pants were messed up. Mohani also said a similar version of these 2 trips to Muzi's place. I don't know if you guys can remember, but Mohani said that they went there the first time and they had to go again in his testimony. So, girl over here said it's a one stop, it's a one trip. They only went there once and they got everything, the ammunition, the ID, the everything. While Mohani, on the other hand, was saying that the reason why they went back to Muzi's shack was because they wanted an ID and for him to change his pants. Do you remember that, you guys? Do you remember that? So now
they are saying ID was just to identify if this person really stays there and the clothes. It's no longer now they wanted that for other purposes. It's just to identify that this person stays there.
Hi. Well, there were 9 millimeters, these ammunition. In fact, she says, as I walked into the shack, Buthelezi was giving him his rights. He asked him about a license to possess such ammunition. I then informed accused number 1 of his rights. Again, Baloyi again asked her to repeat those rights, and she did. She said that she then asked him who is the owner of those bullets, and she said they were his. She asked him about the firearm because it was clear that a magazine with a cleaning rod and ammunition indicated that there is a firearm somewhere. He then said that the gun was with his friend at Vusimusi hostel.
Now, notice the pattern of how these people are not part of everything that is unfolding. Ndanzi, Gininda was there, according to them, first time. And I will show you the contradiction also there. But Gininda was outside. Mamfundis was also outside. They came showing her the live ammunition magazine and the cleaning rod. Same stuff, right?
Yes.
Same thing. Basically, a replica of what happened to Ndans. They don't want to be the one finding that stuff. Someone else finds it, allegedly.
Yes. Mgomezulu asked, when they say accused number 1 made admissions, the state must lay the basis on which such admissions were made at the time. Mogola said admissions were made freely and voluntarily out of his own free will, in his sober senses, without any undue influence. Thereafter, she said, I did what was necessary in terms of packaging the exhibits that entailed going to the car and getting forensic bags, and I took the exhibits and put them inside of the exhibit bags and sealed them in front of accused number 1 in Buthelezi and Sadiki. When he indicated that the firearm was in Vosimozi hostel, he agreed to take us to where we can find the firearm. We then left his place of residence, and Buthelezi locked the shack and gave him back the keys. They found his ID document. Constable Buthelezi also informed him that there are clothes that also belonged to accused number 1 to confirm that he also asked to change his trouser. He said the trouser may be taken by other inmates in prison. It was no longer dirty now. It was the fear that it would be taken by other inmates in prison. He changed and put on a jean. When we found him, he was also wearing flip-flops. He changed and put on red-orange cavelas. So he was not worried about the Cavelas. He was worried only about the Brentwood. Court adjourned for 15 minutes, and when they came back, Mogola was shown a picture of accused number 1, taken on the day he was taken for pointings out. He was wearing an Adidas jacket, blue jeans, and red Cavella shoes, which Mogola said is the same clothing he changed to after he was arrested on the 30th of May, 2020. After that, they then walked to where they had parked the cars. That's what Mogola was saying. He was sitting with her in the front. Okay? So, not only was he arrested, uthathe front seat mtakabao. Front seat with an arrested person. She was driving a red Golf 7.
Nice life problems.
Constable Buthelezi was in the back seat right behind the suspect, while Sadiki traveled in another car.
While Buthelezi traveled in another car until she was corrected, while Sadiq by Baloi, and then she said, while Sadiq was on another car. She was corrected.
Yes, she was. She was corrected. Because
Buthelezi was driving and Buthelezi was sitting behind.
She said Buthelezi was the one driving. But then she changed it and said Sadiki traveled in the other car. I remember that. Yes, I remember it. They went to Vusmusi Hostel, which was not far from his place of residence. And she says, as we got there, I jumped out of the car. What jump a girl? Approached the males who were standing by the gate of the hostel outside and made some inquiries. I then came back to the car and I relayed the information to accused number 1. He then gave further information. Wait a minute. Vusmuzi Hostel. Strange men, you find them at the gate. You jump out of the car. You jump out. And then you go and you inquire with them. And then they tell you everything. And then you go back to accused number 1. And then he tells you everything. He then gave her further information which led them to another hostel. Oh, the accused number 1 was very generous for someone who just got arrested with information. Mogola then said he then led us to Basutung Hostel in Vosloorus. I then asked Buthelezi and Sadiki to give me a private moment with accused. He was still sitting in the car. I was outside. The window was open. I was outside the Vusmusi hostel. I then informed him I was now going to ask him about other cases and read him his rights again. Baloi asked her to repeat them again, and she repeated them again. This is the 4th time that she's reading rights to accused number 1 in one day. Mogola then said, I then asked him if he was involved in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. When he was responded to the question, I could see that he was making admissions. I reminded him of his constitutional rights again, and he went further to tell me. And the 5th time, his rights were read to him again. And he never asked for a lawyer. Family. Never asked for a lawyer. He just confessed to Mogola first. Mogola, this is what happened on the 26th of October 2014. I can remember it like yesterday. Mogola then said I then went on to ask him about other cases not related to Senzo Meyiwa. I then asked him if he was comfortable communicating what he was telling me to my boss, Brigadier Gininda.
You see, just there, pause a bit. Let us relay the story. You arrest a person. You're arresting this person for substance.
Yes, illegal substance.
Illegal substance. Possession.
Yeah.
Which we don't even know if there's the such. It's there. Okay. That after arresting this person, you are led by the finding of ammunition, and then this person generously points you to where the gun is, and then you go to Vusmu's hostel, And then when you reach there, you don't enter by the gate. You talk to people who are standing there, male in particular. Then you get new information. You come back, you relay that information back. And then from there, you turn 360, you start asking about Senzo. What informed you from that to ask now about Senzo? What was the link? What is it that made you think that now you should be asking about Senzo? What is the correlation between the two? Is there any link that from the gate you got, maybe people told you in the gate, hey, this person actually is the one who killed Senzo?
I think she was implying that. But she can't say it because then those people would need to be found and come and testify.
So basically, there's nothing that informed you from asking about Senzo.
It was just on her mind.
This is basically you telling us that the initial arrest was mainly to create this platform so that you can ask about Senzo. Because if you follow the case, this Tembisa case, it does not have merit. They keep on postponing.
Yes.
I even doubt if the magistrate was even there.
Yeah, they kept postponing. And now, 2023, what is the progress of it?
Nothing said on that case. All of a sudden, you turn 360. Now someone is telling you about Senzo's case. Now, Brigadier Kinini comes in.
Yes.
Now, the writer here was not good in creating a story that has a cohesion. There is no cohesion here. There is a very huge gap from when you arrested a person, you are in search of a gun, all of a sudden you stop. Then you start now asking about other cases.
I wonder what surprises will be there in the re-examination, because this version, I have a feeling, will be changing in the re-examination. You know how it goes, guys.
So you just happen to sangomarize that this person might be
involved
in Senzo's case, and then boom, you move.
And I find it hard to believe myself. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for the platform or for you, Mr. Anonymous. I find it difficult to believe because she's from cold case. And Senzo's case at the time was considered a cold case. So I find it difficult to believe.
So you happen to go fish for a hot case, and then in return, a cold case land in your hands.
Which is your department.
Which is your department.
Which is your speciality.
What you
get paid
yes.
to do, to solve.
And then
cases.
To show that, in fact, you were dealing with the hot case and then you change from there to a cold case. You, through your own words, are saying that you were told not to halt this journey to Basotong. Which, by the way, it's a contradiction. Because someone who was with you guys said you went there. Do you remember that?
Mogole said they
yes, they went there. Now, all of a sudden, the journey ended before you even reached Basotong.
Wow. Well, after he told accused number one or asked him whether he wouldn't mind making a confession to her boss, Brigadier Gininda, he said he didn't have a problem with that. Then she said, I then called Brigadier Gininda and informed him about the admissions that were made by accused number one. He asked me if I warned accused number one of his rights before questioning him. I told the brigadier that we will now leave Tembisa for Vosloorus, Basotong Hostel. Brigadier Gininda suggested that we meet at Vosloorus Police Station since he would like to question him further. We left Tembisa to the Vosloorus Police Station. They never went to Basotong Hostel. However, Mogole said otherwise. Okay, they went to Vosloorus Basotong Hostel. Baloyi then said, what time was it? And Mogola said, we arrived in Vosloorus around 4. We waited for the brigadier outside at the parking lot, and at Vosloorus I was joined by Sergeant Mabena, and eventually the brigadier arrived. Baloyi asked what time was it, and Mogola said it was around 6. When he arrived, I introduced him to Muzi, and he also introduced himself to the accused. He then asked for a moment with the accused. As I waited outside with Mabena and Sadiki while they remained in the car, Baloyi said Brigadier Gininda will be called as a witness. Mogola said, he then said we would put our plans to go to the Pasutung hostel as he made arrangements for a confession. He then said we should proceed to the Arton police station as he was busy with the arrangements. So Mogola said we arrived in Araton, and with the accused still with me and Buthelezi in the Golf 7, we arrived there around 7. We sat in the office while the brigadier was making arrangements.
You see, something also, I don't know whether I was hallucinating. The narrating of meeting Brigadier Ginindi. She says, Brigadier Ginindi introduced himself to Muzi and read him and asked if I had read him his right.
He's right.
And then went in the car where Muzi was.
Okay.
Now, the question is, where were you when you met Brigadier Ginindi? Were you outside with Muzi? And then, again, Muzi was in a car where Brigadier Ginindi went to. It disturbed me because you were talking as if you are meeting people here. And you guys are talking and Muzi's here, yeah. And did you read Muzi's rights? And then Brigadier Ginindi introduces himself after you introduced him. And then Brigadier Ginindi went in a car where Muzi was. So, which one is which? Were you guys in a car?
Or not?
Or not? Or were you outside? And then you narrated the story, then Ginindi left to go and meet this Muzi. So that means there was no introduction initially.
Because she said...
The way you are talking is like you're talking about someone who's far yet who's also with you at the same time.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, it's like we met Ginindi and then all of a sudden there was introduction and there was even questions. Did you read him his right and all that? And Ginindi introduced himself and also read his right, and then Ginindi left you and he went to the car where Muzi was. But how is that possible? One person.
But Gininda introduced himself to Muzi.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. Mogola said later Maphumulo and Monareng arrived and the accused was handed to them to transport to the Diepkloof Police Station where he would make the confession in front of Mhlanganyelwa Mbotho. So she's also saying that accused number 1 went into the office with herself and Brigadier Ginindi. Then Mogola said later Constable Maphumulo and Monareng arrived and the accused was handed to them to transport him to the Diepkloof Police Station where he would make the confession in front of Colonel Mbotho. She said she remained in the office. She said that she was busy with her other work. Mogola said Brigadier Gininda also told her of the information that she had to follow up on the following day. Baloyi asked who did it involve, and Mogola said where accused number 1 has said. Just before she could say anything, Baloyi quickly stopped her and said, "You may not disclose that." Mogola says that it involved a traditional healer or a witch doctor. Calling Let me move on. Mogola said, and later on, after midnight, Constable Maphumulo and Monareng arrived back, and the accused was handed back to her. And she was told that she could continue with her investigation. So Mogola said, I told him I would come back and fetch him the next day about the information he shared with the brigadier. She said that she was going to do other investigations in Pretoria, and an investigation landed her in Pretoria conveniently, and then she took him to Pretoria, where he was detained at the Valeria police station.
Other investigations. Same as
Mogane.
Other investigations.
Mogane was busy roaming the streets in a Toyota Fortuner with accused number 2 because he had to attend other cases. He was attending other cases with accused number 2 in the car. Similar. Yeah. She says she made an entry on the OB, occurrence book, and she says that she read him his rights on the SAP 14A. Mogola said she didn't have the name of the traditional healer or the address. She said the accused only referred to the traditional healer as Umkhulu and gave them directions to where the traditional healer stayed. Sergeant Mogane booked the accused out on Mogola's request. Baloyi requested her to read the entry on the OB, which is the occurrence book, which was on the 31st of May 2020. Mogola said she met the accused in the company of Sergeant Mogane and Sergeant Mabena in Ayrton when she again read the accused his rights again and asked him if he was willing to take them to the traditional healer. He was taken there by a white Fortuner. Mogola believes it was used by Sergeant Mogane at the time. Look at how not sure of whether the Toyota Fortuner was driven by Mogane or not. She's trying to make that impression. I'm like, girl, please. You know what Mogane was driving at the time. Stop pretending. Okay, stop it. It's not cute. Mogola then said, we then left Ayrton and continued with the investigation. Baloyi asked what time was it, and Mogola said it should have been between 12 and 1 p.m. We then drove to Palm Ridge, where Mkhulu stayed. When we got there, the accused pointed out the house. Other members went in, and she also jumped into Mogane's Toyota Fortuner. Uya jumpa, girl. We jump again into the Toyota Fortuner and sat next to the accused in the car, and it was herself, Sergeant Mabena and Muzi. Mogola said they, Sergeant Mogane and Sadiki, as well as Buthelezi, came out with the old male, and my lord, he came and stood to where the accused sat. She said we were able to see Mkhulu through the window. You know, she kept calling him a witch doctor, guys. I don't know. She kept calling him a witch doctor.
What is a witch doctor?
It's a witch.
No. A witch doctor is the person who helps you who protects you against the witches.
And also throw curses at other people at your request.
No, a witch doctor is exactly what I've just explained. I know there was a catch in that. If you think, she didn't say she's a witch, he's a witch. He said he's a witch doctor.
So he's a doctor who heals a witch.
Yes.
That's offensive. I don't like that term, especially if you're not doing witchcraft. If you are doing witchcraft, maybe. Then what do we call a traditional healer who practices witchcraft?
It's the same thing.
A witch doctor. Aye, witch doctor is a politically incorrect term.
Okay. A witch doctor
it's
is
not
someone
allowed to use that term
who
anymore.
heals.
Who heals witch?
Yes.
Who heals witches?
Who heals what you've been doing?
A doctor for witches.
I agree. We have your gynecologist. We have So it's the same thing.
It's a traditional healer, man. Stop this witch doctor.
You are used to the term traditional healer.
Yes, I prefer it, in fact.
Yes.
Even if you are a witch masquerading as a traditional healer, you are correct in wanting to be called a traditional healer, in my opinion, for your own protection. Because we don't want to know whether you're a witch or not. You know what's going to happen if we know you're a witch.
Okay. Let us read this thing, because Senzo is also not. It's not sure.
It's like
A witch doctor, especially in South Africa, a traditional healer, a diviner, especially one who claims to guide against or cure afflictions thought to be caused by spiritual possession or witchcraft. Did you hear that? So use the term witch doctor, guys. Please. It is acceptable. It is okay.
Are you sure?
Yes, now you want to disagree with the dictionary.
No, those people are not in South Africa. What I've heard from Sangomas, they hate that term. They don't want to be called witch doctors. They don't.
Now I've read it on it from the dictionary, so I don't know what you guys want to say now. It is what it is. This says I'm wrong. No, it's true.
No, it just sounds wrong.
Go Google it. If you think I'm wrong, go Google it. It's
it
there.
It just says you are a witch, in my opinion.
No.
It sounds wrong.
No.
But anyway, it looks like she was very persistent in calling him a witch doctor.
Yes.
She was. And she says that they were able to see Mkhulu through the window. Okay. She said she asked Muzi if that was the Mkhulu he'd referred to, and he confirmed that it was him. But Lois asked around what time, and Mogola said it was dark, around 7. As Mkhulu was going back into the house with the other members, immediately when Muzi confirmed that it was him, she says, I jumped. Again, she's jumping for the 3rd time out of the vehicle and ran after them. And I introduced myself to Mkhulu and told him I would be detaining him for the purpose of questioning him in relation to the murder of Senzo Robert Meyiwa. I then read him his rights. Mogola said I then called Brigadier Gininda and told him we had found Mkhulu, and he said he would meet us at our offices. I left with Mkhulu and Sergeant Mogale.
Wait, people are making me laugh. They are saying which doctor Nyanga Mtaka. No, guys, it didn't say that. Stop.
Exactly.
Stop distorting
it just sounds wrong. It just sounds there's witchcraft in it. Anything with witch, we denounce. We don't want. We don't want to be affiliated with anything that has witch in it. Okay?
I knew you guys were going to come for me.
Yes.
So
we don't want anything to do with witch.
I did my research before time, so you cannot convince me otherwise, because now when I heard that witch doctor,
and she was emphasizing it, witch doctor. Witch doctor. I'm like, girl, which planet are you living in the part of South Africa? Because we don't use that term anymore. The Sangomas rejected that term a long time ago, and they said they don't want to be called that.
No, a witch doctor, Nyanga. You can go argue with the dictionary.
A Sangoma, please let me know. Are you comfortable with being called a witch doctor?
You can go argue with the dictionary, but for now, a witch doctor is a Nyanga. That's it.
Nyanga Mtagati.
Just go, Nyanga Mtagati. They didn't say that.
But that's what exactly it says. Witch doctor. Nyanga Mtagati. That's what it says. The direct translation, Mr. Rormas, it's Nyanga Mtagati.
I don't understand. The logic is still the same. When you, what is a doctor that heals kids?
A pediatrician.
Yes. Dokotela wengane. Does it mean that doctor is a kid?
Pediatrician.
Does it mean that doctor is a kid? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
But it's not a child doctor. It's a pediatrician. Got you there?
Let's continue. He's a child doctor. Let's continue.
The pediatrician,
Let's
not
continue.
a child doctor. Then Mogola said, as Gininda was reading Umkulu his remarks, Buthelezi arrived with Muzi and Umkulu made a certain remark which indicated that they knew each other. Mogola said, Batung, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Whoa. When she says that he made a certain remark that they knew each other, who directed you to Mkulu's house? Didn't you say it was accused number one? Like, I don't understand now.
They knew each other with who?
She's saying that once they saw each other, accused number one and Umkulu made a certain remark which indicated that they knew each other. Who directed them to Mkulu's house?
No, but he was trying to say that it couldn't have been that Muzi just led them to a person. That person did not know Muzi. It could have happened. You know, people pointing willy-nilly. But that's what he was trying to emphasize, that Mkulu also had knowledge of this man.
Well, she said that Muzisbia was taken out of the office and Brigadier Gininda was left alone with the traditional healer for questioning, and she later got to know him as Lion Robert Zwane. Remember, he testified, you guys.
He said there were a lot of them, not this number that we are being given. A lot.
Yeah, he said there were a lot of police officers around his yard. A lot of them.
And nelentombazane, yiyo le ntombazane.
Yiyo le ntombazana le bekakhuluma ngayo.
The woman part. Mkulu was right.
A statement was taken from Zwane. Mogola said once the statement had been taken from the traditional healer, he was taken back to his place of residence in Palm Ridge before they proceeded to Tembisa Police Station with the accused to open the case of illegal possession of ammunition. Mogola said the entry in the occurrence books done by Sergeant Mohani indicated that the accused was booked back at Valeria Police Station on the 31st of May 2020 without any visible injuries. She says that she had the sight of the OB entrances before, which of course some of them were not made by her. In fact, the majority of them were made by Mohani, not by her. But she was being made to read those OB.
When was this paper submitted? These ones of the case
Today.
being.
Today.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there's any magistrate here. Honestly speaking, I don't think the events as they're being told are reflecting as they are. I don't think that this guy had any case to answer for. Because if it was the case, it was going to be submitted in advance.
Yes.
Not today.
Not today.
So this case, you look at it, how it was done. On the second day, the case was opened. You arrest a person today for the issue of substance, being in possession of substance.
Yes.
And then you end up chasing for a gun after you find ammunition when you accidentally were looking for the residential address and then wanted the proof that this person stays there, so you had to look for an ID, and then from an ID you also wanted clothes, which surprises me because how do you identify if these clothes are actually his? Are they written?
Are they written his name?
Except then for an ID, then that is left. And then you take this person now to Fosloras after Vusumu's hostel. You haven't charged this person, by the way.
No.
The following day, you come back, you say, oh, by the way, at 12 in the morning, you charge this person.
The following day.
The following day. And then when you charge this person, you make a mess of this charging. You combine it with ammunition and the firearm.
That you did not
Later
find.
on, in her speaking, you will understand that the substance, being in possession of substance, is the only thing that this person was charged for. There's no continuation of ammunition.
Well, in the post-lunch sitting, Mogola went through the OB entries, which indicated the occasion Sibia was booked out of for investigations and booked back without any injuries. I have to not forget that, without any injuries. Baloyi made Mogola go through the charge sheet, Police Station Tembisa South, case 21706 of 2019. The investigating officer was Sergeant Mogola.
I want you
meaning
to...
She was the one investigating from 2019, June. She was investigating Muzi for illegal substances.
I want you to look at it this way. And I want to point out the differences just within this case. Danzi is arrested or is taken
Yes,
for questioning.
yes.
And then from there, he goes to the, what is this, Impala, is it water?
Sibanye,
Still water mines. And then from there, a lot of things happen. And eventually they go to Ntanzi's house.
Yes. in
When they
Rustenburg.
went to Ntanzi's house,
Okay.
they find this ammunition, rifle ammunition.
Yes, in a black plastic bag.
What they do is they charge Ntanzi on a different case.
Yes.
But with Muzi, it seems as if now the case of substances is combined with the case of ammunition. It's not a separate issue. Because,
It's one.
yes, they were supposed to charge him for, because this one is a 2019 case. It's not like we are adding after investigation. Oh, by the way, no. This case was registered in 2019.
Yes.
So this case is a standalone case.
Yes.
And then when you find him with ammunition that you are likely to find all the time, you charge him for that. There must be a case for that. But no. We are hearing one case here. It's like it's a combination,
Of all the cases, they are mixed into one.
conglomerate.
Yes.
They are just
Masala.
adding them.
So she's the one who now my question is, how did this case land up on her desk? The one from June 2019 of illegal substances concerning Ntanzi. Was it a cold case? How did she end up with it? That's my question personally. So Ekurhuleni,
It was a complicated one, maybe. I remember the definition was such that it caters for complicated cases.
and somehow it just ended up intertwining with Senzo's case. Ekurhuleni North, place of trial, Tembisa. The date was that of his first court appearance, which was the 1st of June 2020, after he was arrested. When was he arrested? The 31st of May. The 31st of May. So, suspect Muzitemba Sibia, it was adjourned, this court, according to her, until the 8th of June 2020.
Yes.
After the appearance, he was taken to Valeria by Sergeant Mogani. Baloyi made her go through another OB entry, which she did not do, but was done by Mogani. She said the heading says that arrest, it was supposed to say suspect from court. This was to indicate that he was brought back to Valeria Police Station. So on the OB entry, it said arrest. Mogani ukwetse arrest. He had written arrest, not that he was back from court. And she's saying it was supposed to have been written that he was back from court.
And look at the consistency of that mistake. It goes to charge sheet. Who wrote the charge sheet?
Wasn't it Mogani?
So
Was it
Mogale
her?
wrote the charge sheet. He also wrote
The OB entry.
He also
Occurrence book entry at
yeah.
the police station. So on the occurrence book entry, Mogani wrote charges: possession of firearm and illegal substances.
Yes.
Baloyi asked, is it correct as possession of firearm? And Mogola said, no. I think it's incorrect. There is no firearm. I think the person who was writing, he was mistaken.
Now,
Mogani, by the way.
Now look at it this way. If this case is not cooked, I mean, it seems to me someone was really cooking something, and then somewhere along the line, he stopped from cooking that thing. Maybe he couldn't get that firearm to say from the storerooms or wherever that allegedly these firearms get stolen from. And then all of a sudden, they were looking for other things that they can pin this man with. This is how it feels like. So hence that everything was pre-written. Position of firearm. You can't mistaken that. You can't be mistaken.
Can't. You are
when
a
you have
police
evidence.
officer who
When
has close to 20 years of experience.
no, Emil, you can't. Look at it this way. You have exhibits, as you say.
Yes.
You put them there.
In a plastic
you clamp them and
exhibit
you
bag.
say this is what is inside. You cannot make such a mistake consistently. OBS occurrence book, and you do it also on the charge sheet.
But I said what happened after accused number 1 was booked back in the cells on the 1st of June 2020. Mogola said, I thereafter continued with my duties on the following day. The 2nd of June 2020 was booked out by Sergeant Mogani for investigations. He was requested by me. That's Mogola saying that she was the one requesting accused number 1. Baloyi asked what was the purpose of booking out accused number 1 on the 2nd of June, and Mogola said it was for the purpose of investigations. She said, I remember that I joined Mogani on the very same day around 6 p.m. at Veiws Police Station, whereby we made further investigations. That is when we went to Basotho Hostel. One of the reasons being the following up of the firearm.
They are still following this firearm that they will later make a mistake with.
Say that. Mogani did not mention that.
No.
So the information was given by accused number 1 with regard to where we were supposed to go and who to find. And the information was followed, and there is one male who was found as per information of accused number 1. And the information that was discovered led to them going to KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, Msinga. No, they didn't go there. She said it led them there. So the follow-up of the firearm led them to KwaZulu-Natal in Msinga. Accused number 1 was booked back at 21:40 on the very same day, the 2nd of June 2020, on the OB occurrence book. He was booked back by Mogola. And Baloyi said, where there any arrests made at Basotho Hostel? And Mogola said that's correct. There was one male who was arrested. He was in possession of illegal substances. When we checked the profile of that person, we discovered that he was arrested before in January 2020 with the same charge of dealing in illegal substances. When we arrested him, he was also found in possession of illegal substances. There is a case that was opened, and Sergeant Mogani was the investigating officer.
Coincident,
the case
The other
phosphorus.
one is an investigator on this other side, and the other one is an investigator of you know?
And they're all from the cold case division in Pretoria. Both of them. Phosphorus case number 28 of June 2020. The information we were also supplied with by accused number 1 is that the said person was selling illegal substances for accused number 2. Ilapho khona bafake
Kingpin.
khona bafaka khona accused number 2, but a link found it. Let's go and find Bongani Ntanzi. Nisi asked what the relevance of this information with regard to the charges of illegal substances was to this case. And Baloyi said, we will not labor on that point, my lord.
Damage has already been done.
It is to put on the record that a case was opened. Where are the dockets? I'm tired of these cases being mentioned with no concrete something, anything, nyana, tangible, nyana, to see that they existed. We're supposed to take your word for it, that the cases were there. Mogola said there were investigations done in KwaZulu-Natal on the 3rd of June 2020, and she says we did those investigations without accused number 1 being present. In other words, he was never booked out for the investigations on that set day. One thing they did was to arrest him first and then do investigations later, in my opinion. Then Baloyi said, was there anything of substance that you discovered on the 3rd of June 2020? And Mogola said, no, my lord, but there were statements that was obtained from relevant people. Accused number 1 was never booked out on the 4th. She said, I continued with my work, and on the 5th of June, I had other courts to attend to. I know there was a pointing out that was taking place, and on Friday, the 5th of June 2020, on the OB entry, it was read into the record at Baloyi's request. Again, another OB entry that was not made by herself, but by Mogani, and it's case 217 of March 2019. It's another one. Mr. Anonymous. Which one is this one now? He was returned on the same day, 18th of at 1801 on the 6th of June 2020. An investigation was out. There was a SAP 14A, J50 and a warrant of arrest in Tembisa. He also provided the Nongoma address. So she says we went to Nongoma to verify that address. So the Tembisa address was not enough. They had to go to his home state and also find out and verify.
And that was not enough because it will soon appear that in court, this 19th that happened, it will be a postponement again, which was for bail hearing, postponement on the basis of further investigation. Further investigation. You must rest assured.
You know, I was watching, I'm sorry to off-ramp, but I managed to watch Nastasia Janssen's interview with SABC. She was saying that the police are reckless. She found out that they just went on and arrested her and created all of this attention, and they did not even do their investigations properly. We have a problem. How come is this happening? It's happening way too often. Why is it that when they get to the court, they don't have anything concrete? Further investigation. That's how criminals punyuka.
Further investigation is used more when there is a bit of frustration that needs to be caused by it. That's my thinking.
No, but it's not right. It's really not
further
right.
Investigation.
It's like you are
normally it's when there is no substance in what they are doing. This is what I've kind of observed on my own, that it is used just to keep you here. We're going to claim further investigation.
Why?
This is where you would need a
People's
lawyer
lives are
then
being
to argue that you cannot keep my client for further investigation.
No, you can't.
You know, same as when you saw during Nandipa's bail hearing with those people who were participants, the argument was such that the NPA was arguing that they need more time to investigate due to these people being danger and what they might tamper with. But at the end of the day, they were released.
They were released because the investigation's still ongoing. Why don't you have anything concrete, sir? Concrete evidence that when you go to court, even they cannot deny that they did that. You know, it would be nice, especially for victims. I'm just saying, Then on the 8th of June 2020, he appeared in Tembisa Court again, which is the date the matter was postponed to. The matter was postponed yet again to the 19th of June. And accused number 1 once mentioned that he once stayed in Mpumalanga, according to Mogale, but it was not necessary for them to confirm that address, as he had already given them 2 addresses. So the matter was postponed to the 19th of June, and he remained at Valeria. Now they switched to accused number 1. Mogola said she first met accused number 2, sorry, my apologies. She first met accused number 2 at Pretoria Police Station after Sergeant Mogale said he should come and meet with him for the purpose of questioning accused number 2 after being asked when she first made contact with accused number 2. At Pretoria Police Station, she found Sergeant Mogale and Mabena. She went alone. She found them at the boardroom. Sergeant Mabena informed me that, and before she could finish, Baloyi said that she could not disclose as Sergeant Mabena was no longer with us. And Mogola said on the 17th of June 2020, Sergeant Mogale told me that they were actually wrapping up because they questioned accused number 2 about his involvement in the murder of Senzo Meyiwa and that he'd been given an alibi. He had given them an alibi to say that he was at work on the day and he was willing to take them to his employer in order to verify that he was indeed at work and that they were to travel to his former workplace to confirm that information the following day. On the 18th of June 2020, indeed on the following day, she says she was with Brigadier Gininda, who was still a colonel then, and they drove to Carltonville at Sibanye Stillwater's mine. Mogola said when she arrived at Sibanye with Gininda, they were informed that HR at the mine had said that the accused was not at work on that day. Remember, guys, he was not supposed to work. They don't work, apparently, in that company. In that year, they were not working on a Sunday. But they are presenting it as if he missed work or he was not at work. And I don't blame them because the former HR person came and corrected themselves in court. But they should also correct themselves because he was not supposed to be on work. Nobody was working on that day. So she said Gininda demanded proof, which they didn't have. This HR people didn't have that proof, according to them. And then he asked that they go back inside. But she doesn't remember going in with them. Baloyi then said, what type of car were you using? And Mogale said on the 18th it could have been a Fortuner or a van, my lord, because I remember at times they would use Mogale's car and sometimes Mabena's car. After some time they came back and they were standing next to the car that Mogale and Mabena were driving. And Baloyi once again asked what type of car. Mogola said on the 18th it could have been a Fortuner or a van, because she remembers at times they would use either Mabena's car or Mogale's car. And Brigadier Gininda made a report to me that he's arranging for a confession to be taken from accused number 2, and we left for Johannesburg. From the OB, she says that on the 19th of June 2020, she booked out accused number 1 to Tembisa Court. The matter was remanded to the 30th of June 2020 for his bail application. Postponements were done at the gate and the court was closed due to the panoramic that was happening in 2020. And Baloyi incorrectly put accused number 2's version to Mogola. Did you see that? That was very interesting. And Gomezulu kept correcting Baloyi to say that that is not the version of accused number 2. On the 19th, he was tortured at the dumping site, and on the 24th at the industrial site. But then the judge threw shade by asking how many dumping sites were involved. Baloyi said according to his notes, he was assaulted near a filling station in Alberton on the 19th. Now, this is where confusion happened, because we were following the narration of accused number 2's version, because we were thinking he was talking about accused number 2. Then all of a sudden he switched to accused number 1 again, right? Mm-hmm. So Mgomezulu perhaps was under the impression that he was talking about accused number 1. Can't you know he's talking about accused number 2? He fails to transition properly to say that, okay, going back to accused number 2, No, none of that. So that was a lot of confusion happening. And the judge was even asking, was it morning or evening? And Baloyi said they put two versions. It's for them to clarify. Gininda arrived with Mogola in a white BMW, according to the version that the accused placed. And Mgomezulu said a place next to a steel site in Alberton. And Baloyi had the record and read from the record. And Mogola said, "My lord, that is not the truth. When I left with Brigadier Gininda, I went to drop him off at the office." And the judge said, "From where?" And Mogola said, "From Carltonville. I drove straight to Ayrton and we parted ways. There's nothing else which took place that I was involved in on that day." Mogola said, "I was never next to any garage or steel pipes. I had to take accused number 1 to Tembisa. What is being said is not the truth. It's untrue."
Obvious, after listening to what your colleagues have said when Baloyi was reading that transcript on paper, I don't understand why they allow Baloyi to do that.
They're gonna eat her like cross-examination. Yo, it's gonna go down for this one. Well, then she said, "I was never at Baragwanath or Orlando. I was never in a white BMW on that day. The first time I met Colonel Rapadu was when he came to testify here. I had never met him before." What? Then Baloyi said, "Do you know the white BMW?" Mogola said, "My lord, I'm now driving a white BMW. And I think he might have seen me driving it and he's taking chances." There's a story with this BMW Mhlophe. Well, judge then said, "But the version is that you were there when Gininda arrived in the white BMW." And Mogola said, "It is not true because on that day I had to take accused number 1 to court." Baloyi asked, "When was the BMW allocated to you?" And Mogola said, "In 2021.
Right.
So what about in 2020? Mogola said, "I was not using a white BMW in 2020. But somehow it was there because the accused, both of them saw it."
All right. Then the question is, if she claims that this guy saw this BMW and then he's taking where
and how did he see? Because he's in
because
jail.
you got it
Is he
2021
not in jail?
and there is no OBS occurrence that is happening in 2021 from your side.
No.
So how did you
How
see
did
it?
he see it? Very interesting.
And then someone else says, "Hey, this BMW is the new model and what not and what not."
It was Mogane who said
Mogane.
that it's a new model.
But we know that police can have these cars beforehand,
They
a
can.
year before.
Yes. If they are ordered, they can get them.
Yes,
It's state funds. It's funds. The funds are available.
unlimited funds.
So, girl, what's your story with this BMW?
And if it's possible to have an AVL of this BMW,
Yes.
AVL of this BMW,
Yes, and the logbook and everything.
And the logbook and
AVL
everything.
of that BMW.
Yes.
And Mhlophe, because it seems like there's something with this BMW. There's something there.
now it changes hands.
Yeah.
So they bought this BMW and gave it to you straight from the store.
Yeah. They're trying to say that in 2020 it didn't exist because Mogane was also defensive about this BMW. I had overlooked it, but now I'm like, what's the story with this BMW? Why it is being shifted and paused and tossed and 2020 it wasn't. They're trying to say it wasn't there, and the accused are lying. They didn't see the white BMW, but the Fortuner was there. Both the accused who were arrested on separate occasions saw the white BMW and the Fortuner. But it's not there, the white BMW.
Well, it's time for calls.
Okay, guys, call
Just
in.
like the video, guys. 656,
I'm done.
400 and something. Please like the video.
I'm done with my summary. You guys can call in and you can tell us what you thought of Mogola's testimony. I'm nervous for her because cross-examination. Hi, Ziyokhala. I can already see it. It's gonna be bad.
Let's see what you're thinking. Tell us what you're thinking. If you can, if you cannot, it's okay. It's early night for me. Tell us what you're thinking. I think we have touched on everything. Oh, by the way, the other thing is, didn't they say Gininde went there when Tanzi was being taken to his house?
He was outside. He didn't
Outside,
get in.
yes, that's where they got the ammunition.
Yes, he was outside.
Now
He
it
got
sounds
there
like he left with
with Mogola,
Mamfundis.
with Mamfundis. He left. Now he's not placed. In fact, he's not placed anywhere. Even Mabena, I had to listen. I had to find Mabena. Like Mabena was not mentioned with Mogola. It was just Mogani. And I'm like, where's Mabena? Because Mogani and Mabena were like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? But ke Mogani. Mabena.
Mzansi, hello?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Athula njani?
Siyaphila unjani?
Noma umfundisi lo uhlangahlanganisa izinto.
Yeah.
Uyabona uma ngabe ukhumbula kahle lapha kumuzi. Ubani lo ubuthelezi loba bahamba naye.
Yebo.
Ubuthelezi ukuthi makathola lamabhuleto wabiza umfundisi osemotweni.
Yebo.
Wathi wambiza esemotweni and uma umfundisi yena uthi bangalokhu ehamba lapha ejardini ngaze ebhekane. Yabona ayisahlangani lento yakhe. Ayisahlangani lento yakhe.
Ayisahlangani ngampela. Ubani?
Ithi ngizofona futhi.
Okay.
All right. Ayihlangani.
No, ayihlangani.
But
Like
iyahlangana ke kurata.
she gave.
Kurata rest assured iyahlangana.
It's like a brand new story. Like she was experiencing something else. At least Mohani and I think it was Buthelezi, they were more like, even Jonathan, they were more like together. You understand? Yeah, and she just went
She's
her
throwing
own way.
everyone under the bus.
And it sounded like that. It sounded like she was throwing Mohani under the bus a lot.
It sounded like that. Right. Emily,
Yes.
I'm not going to wait long for today.
Okay,
If we don't get people calling, it's okay.
it's fine. Ne?
It's I
Yeah,
think
it's been a long day.
Balo is always difficult to deal with. People are still
he stretched
digesting.
the examination today. It was long. Yeah. Hey, today he stretched it, Shem. Tomorrow I wonder what's gonna happen. It took the whole day, Balui, for you to.
Zanzi, hello? Zanzi, hello? Right. Right. Guys, are you calling or what? Today it was a long day.
It was, honestly speaking, guys, it was a long day. I hope you guys can forgive
Zanzi, hello?
us if we knock off early.
Evening, Mr. Ano.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Not bad, not bad.
All right. Good evening, Emily.
Good evening.
Morning.
tell me something here. I just want some clarity about somewhere last week Friday. I think there was a caller who came and said something about the AVL. What do you call that thing? The what do you call the? I don't know. The one that they said the gentleman, Mr. Dupree, must go and fetch those. What do they call it?
Coordinates.
Oh, yes. Was there a caller who said the coordinates, they found that the cars were showing that it was in Bara and somewhere in one of the dumping.
Yes, there was something like that, yes.
In the vicinity, yes.
Huh?
Yes, there's something like that.
He said so, ne?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So basically, those things that when they come, they basically, what was he saying was, he's saying that it's going to show that, yes, indeed, the car went to Bara and all that. Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, just that I got the caller like saying at the last minute, but I couldn't follow what was he saying.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, that will be a good finding. But do you think that those things will come?
They will come. Or they will come anew. They will come with a different perspective.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to hear that because there's one thing that I missed, so I just wanted to be sure,
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Right.
Sorry.
All is alleged.
Yeah, hey, those AVL records though, coordinates.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all on Dupree's hands.
You're gonna come say it.
It's all in his hands.
Oh man, yeah, these things will make you laugh. They're gonna come different routes.
Yeah, it's all in his hands.
Yeah, but if they have coordinates, they can map them themselves and argue that. But this is not what we get if we. That's why I said, whatever they do.
He sure does have a long time, though, a lot of time.
Zanzi ready, hello?
Yes,
Hello.
How are you guys?
Not
Good.
bad.
I'm good, Chief, man.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes.
You are audible.
Okay, I shame, man. Now this my Mogole, she tried, but no, man. She's a bad liar, man. She's a bad liar. This white BMW was allocated to her on 2021. Zanzi was arrested on the 16th of June 2020. When did Zanzi manage to see this white BMW with his mom Fundis?
Asas.
She must tell us.
She's there for taking. I can't wait for cross-examination. She's there for taking. And if you observe properly, when it comes to those OP entries, she's testifying based on what is recorded by someone.
That was my problem as well.
When you are doing an entry, you record the incident as it is happened.
Yes.
While you were there, you are the one who must record the incident. I was at this place, I observed this. I was at this place, this is what I did. Now, it's confusing, man. Maybe these advocates are letting that slide for a purpose. They know where they will get it. Because according to my observation, maybe I'm a slow learner. No, you can't just testify on entries that are made by someone. You must say, I recorded this and this on this day. Now she's been Mogana recorded it. What did you record, Mama? Now Mogane say report. We're now recording on. That's when I'm getting confused, man. But Diana Shem, I can tell now she's there for a taking.
She is.
I hope these advocates are busy preparing. They are not sleeping as we speak.
I hope so too.
We hope so.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you. I hope so too. I can't wait for the cross-examination.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Emily, no Anamas.
Yebo. Khwele sehlika.
Uyabona yonke lento le. Izibe kanje kuboshwa bontazi. Mana khumbula kahle lento iqala kule ithombe zaka choose number 3 umncube. Kuze lozungu. Uzungu wonke lo beloko eyenza lezi zinto. Kusho ukuthi uzungu wabona ithombe. Makabona ithombe lapho. Njengoba ethi yazibona lapha esithombeni uye wonke wasusa lento. Lento isuka kuzungu yonke le. Awubona labantu laba boshwe ngalama plastic engathi kunamanye ama case kungenamanye ama case. Abafuni usho ukuthi kahle kahle indaba isuka kuphi. Le ndaba isuka kuzungu.
Zungu.
Isuka kuzungu. That's why bavele bayingena. Ngithi bona basebenza ngama cold case.
Yebo.
Yeah. So yonke lento le iqale ngozungu ngokuzibona kule ithombe lezi. Azakhomba bontazi. Yonke lenyakanyaka le kazungu. Ngoba angithuthi bakanabo la. Uzungu wonke labantu baboshwa njengathi baboshela amanye ama case no. Isuka kuzungu lento. Ya nyabo.
Thank you.
Asibonke. Amcabanga
All alleged. But yeah, we are thinking, obviously. We're thinking out loud.
Thinking, obviously, guys.
Oh, we hear you. Right, let's see here. They use tactical takedown to confuse you, then read your rights while you are in state of confusion. Aibo. Wish. Yes, wish. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, Mr. Thomas. Hi.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, and yourselves?
Not bad.
Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. And yourself?
I'm very well, very well. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been days.
Yeah, I think I had FOMO this weekend, not having you guys analyze, and I'm not sure what happened Friday. It was very short, but
It was very, very short.
Yeah, no, it makes sense that you guys, I don't think you were on.
Yeah,
we were not.
It was
No,
too short,
cool.
20 minutes.
Yeah, come on, think about us. We family already, so you must stretch that 20 minutes.
But stretch it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, no. Hi to the one of the. I think I saw someone on the YouTube who was asking about the French caller. No, I'm here. I am here.
Yeah.
No, I think just to give one or two pointers or maybe some reflection for today. I think it's getting really boring when one sees where it's going. I think that's boring, the whole thing, because you can see everything is being cooked. Everything is, even if you can see that they just tripping over their own lies. But it gets frustratingly boring. It's like you're just sitting here waiting to just hear people who should be, I think, I spoke about this before. South Africa's government should professionalize its state institutions, like the police. We can't be in a place where I think a matric has long been overdue. Like it is overrated having a matric to be a police officer. I'm sorry. There's just too much paperwork because this woman has been doing so much paperwork. I don't know what work she does. Because for me, it's like, is she an admin officer or police officer? because every time that there's heat or there's action, she has to go and do other work, because it sounds like paperwork because she's still in the area.
Yes.
So I don't get what police work is she doing that removes her from the scene with her colleague, but she's the one investigating, but she removes herself from the scene. So what do they see? See nothing, say nothing, or say nothing, see nothing type of behavior. I saw nothing, so I can't comment because I wasn't. So and so came to testify. No, but I wasn't there. I moved. So now I can't comment on that.
Yes.
So every time she has to contradict someone else, she wasn't there. She came on the scene. And when she is placed in the scene, nobody's lying. I wasn't there. And it is totally frustrating when you see that people can actually blatantly just lie. Because my question when listening to her was, when will police officer be taken on the oath that they do take and be arrested when they're caught lying? Because I think an example should be made by our courts. Because even people like Baloy, even if he had to lie once or fabricate something once, which we have seen so many times, lawyers and police officers and anyone who actually takes the stand and lies after taking an oath should be prosecuted. Because I think it's just that people get to leave and nobody does anything. And so it becomes business as usual, where the prosecutor will say, no, you can go up. I'll lead you. You say whatever I say. No, but they're going to catch me. No, it's fine. Nobody's going to prosecute you because I'm the prosecutor. So people get off the hook. And I think that is where I go back and saying we really need a police where people can go for 3 years studying to be a police officer. And we need body cameras in South Africa.
Yes, we do.
Because it's too much of concoction. And I'm sure that Gininda is going to come and we will still be frustrated as we are now. Because he's gonna do the same thing and he's gonna deny everything. And then people are gonna sit with headaches. Who are you? The next people that we're gonna ask for is, no, bring Kelly and her mother, because we've been asking for Gininda because his name is everywhere. But he's gonna come and the same thing happens. And then we're like, oh, we can't do anything. So bring Kelly and her mother. Until all of them pass through and nothing happens, and all these gentlemen will go and rot for Senzo Meyiwa. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. I think. Thank you guys. Thank you for being on the air. Have a lovely show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember the caller that said it could happen that this person did not know how to write things. Do you think that caller was
time
lying?
when we were evaluating Moghani's entries.
And he said this madam does not know how to allegedly do paperwork. They still need to fill. The person seems as if we are like inside information.
Maybe.
Everybody was speaking
So
confident.
defensive.
But it seems as if what we're seeing here, because even OBS occurrence, who was writing for her?
Moghani was writing.
Why?
He was the one booking and writing.
Why?
He was the one transporting the accused. And
Make
her
mistakes.
instructions.
You blame someone else for the mistakes now. You are
But
basically.
you are using their work to testify in court.
Yes.
Where's yours? Where is your work? What did you do? What is on paper that you have done when the whole arresting?
I wouldn't be
was happening?
surprised if it was her who entered these things. I would not be surprised at all.
Now you got me thinking.
But again, Because someone must take a fall. Mzansi, hello.
Mohani looked like he didn't know what was going on.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good and you guys. Thank you for the lovely show, Mr. Arno and Emily. We love you guys.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yeah, I mean I'm getting tired of Judge Rata. Today was a bit better, but that guy is overrated, man. His jokes are 1921. Skatele. You must rest. And man, you must chillax. Because I'm not even surprised. Don't be surprised, guys. He's going to ask Mom Ruth, which church you attend?
Yeah.
Then Mom Ruth will be like, no, Your Honor, I attend ZCC. I'm a Mom Ruth because ZCC. Then he'll be like, I used to attend also there. 50 years ago. I know Lekhanyan. You know Lekhanyan. He's my best friend. He's going to say that. He knows everything, the judge. Today he was in Kabi. I don't know, 50 years ago.
Yeah,
I'm a Brentwood. I used to wear Brentwood. We used to wear it.
Yes.
Yeah, man, me, I know. That guy is too much. Those cutters are seriously. But anyways, this case, it's really a joke, man. The things that are happening, the cops are actually a mockery. You know, they're embarrassing our country. It's not even funny anymore. But he's trying hard. He's trying hard. He's really trying hard, but they're failing. It's becoming an embarrassment to this country. And Judge now, he makes it worse. Yeah. But anyways, I'm wishing Senzo's family luck with this thing and it gets solved, because it's actually getting frustrating, I'm sure, even for the family, because they know the truth, you know. But Abokininda, they just come in with their mindset that you don't know where that mafia mindset, that they come in and do their own thing. And I'm sure Pegitele is aware of this thing, you know. That's why he's quiet. He doesn't wanna solve this thing. He's involved in this thing, Nabo Kininda. And it seems like this Kininda guy is a real mafia policeman. You know, because the things that he did to these accused, we were not there, but we know he did something. It says it all. Because of their stories don't even link. All of them. And I wonder, do they even watch themselves, like, testifying? Like, do they play their videos and listen to the other witnesses? I wonder if they do that, but I doubt, because they don't have time. It's work tomorrow. They have to go arrest more people that are innocent. They don't have time to watch. So obviously when they get to court, their stories clash. It becomes an accident in court. So as I say, guys, we love your show. We sacrifice our sleep for this show. It's the best. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All that is said.
Sharp. Good night.
Thank you. All that is said here is allegedly. Alleged. And it's not our views. It's not the channel's views. It's a caller's view.
You know, with regards to Judge Rata, I was thinking maybe he's saving his energy for cross-examination as well. I mean, he's been a judge. He knows it's gonna go down when it's time for cross-examination. He knows that it is going to go down. So maybe he was reserving his energy today to say that, you know what? Cross-examination. I listened properly. I listened very well. This is what she said. She said.
It's coming tomorrow. It's defense. Deter.
She said she was never there. She said this BMW, she got it in 2021. She said. Ngiyalalela phela mina. I looked at the defense I'm like, yeah.
Deter. Let me finish reading this and then I'm done.
Yeah.
Change Brentwood because it could be stolen in prison, but change flip-flops to Cavell, grade 2 lying. Ntanzi said that he was electrocuted. Mogole said the car had a battery problem and it was called that bitch. The mechanic was called battery charger, and that thing can be used to. I don't know. It's me. Baloi questioning is like he's leading. Yes, it sounds like he is leading.
He is. He's
Which
done
doctor
it before.
igama la qamuka nabamhlophe bona manje bafuna ukubizwa nge-traditional doctors. Okay. And let's see. Yes. Yeah, guys, again, thank you very much. Here we go now. Names are coming out. DJ, thank you. Mandisa, thank you. Madonza, thank you. Michael Lee, thank you. God Save, thank you. Lebza, thank you. Sizwe Mkaka, thank you. Maloloza, thank you. I know today we didn't interpret some of the things that were said. Sorry about that. Net, thank you.
Apologies.
Mulilo, thank you. Kwekwe, thank you. Chuku Anna, thank you.
Chuku Anna.
Colin Love, thank you.
Colin Glovu.
Tabiso M. Daung, thank you. Mandisa Kwembulana, thank you. Let's see. Ansi K. Moyo, thank you.
Ansi K. Moyo, our moderator.
Pilani, thank you. Tuli Tools, thank you. Siabulela Zize, thank you. Tapsile, thank you. Hlaulekani, thank you. Lindiwe, thank you. Togo Masondo, thank you. Tabiso, thank you. David Mabuza, thank you. Mudley, thank you. Tembelan Kanye, thank you. Mrs. K, thank you. Let's see. Trying to find other people that I've never mentioned here. Nositelo, thank you. Zamo Shanga, thank you. Oh, Cap Kule, thank you. Blessing Mabena, thank you. Tiamo Slick, thank you. Marshall Marufu, thank you. Let's see who. Gosi, thank you. I want to make sure that I don't leave anyone. Leviva, thank you. Leviva, thank you. I hope I'm correct in calling your name. Dicoliza, SKK, thank you.
Dicoliza.
Let's see. Tembelan, okay, thank you. Sizwe Mkaka, I've mentioned you.
Sizwe Mkaka.
Eni, thank you.
Thank you, Eni.
Ellis, thank you.
Thank you, Alice.
Right. I think I've called all of you guys. Thank you very much for your
Thank you guys for
participation.
participating in the chat and keeping this conversation going. Aluta continua, asipeli amandla. I know we're feeling exhausted because of these police officers, but asipeli amandla.
I don't know how to call this name. Is it Zaza or Va? I don't know whether you use V or Z. It's ZVA. Faith, thank you. Pedro, thank you. Difficult, some of your name, guys. Yo. But we try. We try. Yeah, thank you. Hlele. Thank you. Tapsil, Leshoro. Thank you. Bye. Hlaulegani, thank you. Yeah. I think I've called you all. It's a bye from me, guys. Emily.
Hi, it's a bye from me, guys. I can't find that.
Oh, similar to Zwazwa. Oh. My opinion, thank you. Zwazwa, don't forget that, Emily.
Mrs. K, good night, Mrs. K. Thank you so much. Patience M, Nete, Tabiso M Taung, Tabiso. Colin Glovu. Who else?
Yeah, we've called all of them.
Zwazwa.
22s.
Zwazwa.
Yeah, I've learned
I've learned it. What language is it, by the way?
Zwazwa.
The spelling. I was also gonna struggle. ZVA.
Yeah.
Zwazwa.
Me
Thank you
struggled.
for tuning in, and please direct us as to how we pronounce your name.
It's
I'd like to
Zwazwa.
know.
Yes, it said Zwazwa. It's ZWA, Zwazwa.
All right.
In that manner, it's Zwazwa.
So yes, guys, thank you so much for keeping the conversation going, and please let's meet again
Subscribe,
tomorrow.
like the video.
And like the video, please. The likes are highly appreciated. We appreciate them likes. Keep them coming. And also, guys, if you'd like to join the membership, next to the subscribe button, there is a button called join. Okay, you can always join the membership and support us in that way as well. And also share the video with people who are interested in the case, especially those who like talking about the case. You let them know there's a community where we gather on the Red app. We gather here and we talk about the case, okay? We welcome every kind of opinion. But don't bully us.
Locomotives is
You
asking,
must
I
warn
wonder
them
what.
that they shouldn't bully us
Vibes vlog.
to believe in stuff that
Sparkling
doesn't make sense.
no. Okay. Good night.
Good night, guys. Thank you so much. And until tomorrow. Bye.